Hey, I'm going to share with you today what to do when you feel like you're a failure and maybe even thinking about ending it because things are just overwhelming and it's never going to get any better. My name is Amanda Elo'esh, and I am San Francisco's leading spiritual success mentor. And I just recently had a very dear sister, part of our community, amazing person who was beloved by many. She was a teacher to many, and she just recently took her life, and it's had a really intense impact on me and so many people. And I realize this is a good time to share about what to do when you're feeling it, because the reality is you're not alone. If you feel like I'm a failure, I've messed everything up, I've done something or a bunch of things that I just can't ever take back and it's screwed everything up for the rest of my life, you are absolutely not alone. And that was one of the things that was really shocking. I went to the memorial of this friend and they shared a little bit of what she had written when in her note, and I could relate to so many of the things that she said, and they are messages that I still get. I have a six-figure business. I love what I do. I absolutely adore it. I get to help a lot of people to change their lives for the better. And I get to travel. I have a wonderful partner. I have a family that I love who love me. I have a lot of spirit family, an amazing community. I'm surrounded by so much love. And the reality is that I still have hard days and forget all of that stuff. Whether you're dealing with depression or bipolar disorder or simply just a normal, regular human that every once in a while has something happen or experience happens, or maybe it feels like nothing in particular happened and you're just having a really hard time and everything feels wrong, you're not alone. And it's not uncommon, and it's not the end of the world. It's not over. And that's what I wanted to share, is that when we are in a hard place like that, there are all different kinds of reasons for it, whether it's mental illness, whether it's circumstantial, whether it's a low self-esteem, some kind of core wounding that has imprinted us with something, some negative self-talk that emerges from time to time. We are all susceptible to it. And so I want you to just know that you're not alone, and it doesn't mean that you're broken. And when these thoughts and feelings arise, we don't think clearly. We lose all access to all of the resources. Research has shown we literally don't see as well. And there are things we actually don't even register in our visual field, like a person or a car or a resource. They're literally things that we don't hear, and we don't think clearly. We are definitely not resourced. We're definitely not thinking creatively. We're not remembering all the possibilities that are available to us to help us through when we're having a hard time. So I want to say, if you're watching this video, it means that there is some part of you that still has hope. And that's the part that you want to listen to. If you're watching this and looking for help online, it means that there's a part of you that still is asking for some support. Trust it. And I'm going to offer some possibilities that you can explore for yourself so that you can get the help that you need, so that you don't stay in the overwhelm and you don't allow yourself to slip deeper. The very first thing to be aware of is that when these negative feelings and thoughts arise, to recognize that they are probably causing some kind of discomfort in the body. A lot of times when we're having hard thoughts and hard feelings, we don't even really recognize that it's actually causing painful symptoms in the body. So for me, when I was going through the grief of losing my friend, it felt like there was a spear that was going through my heart. There was a pain in the front of my heart and a pain in the back of my heart. And I was noticing there was a lot of tension through here because I was clenching my jaw a lot. There are lots of different ways that we experience that stress in the body, and that's what can lead us to want to self-medicate, to drink alcohol, to take drugs, because we're in actual physical pain. And there are a lot of ways to help you to feel better in your body that don't require using substances that can actually, in the long term, and sometimes even in the short term, cause harm. Some of the ways that I've found that really help me to feel a lot better is to just give myself time and permission to just relax and to breathe. Ideally, lay down in a quiet space where you're not going to be disturbed, and to take really deep breaths. That can start to calm the nervous system down. That starts to bring oxygen into the body. It starts to help you to relax, and it can start to help you to release the tension that's there. And it also starts to help the brain to function a little bit more clearly. Another thing that you can do is to just ask yourself, where am I feeling the distress? And start noticing, oh, it's in my head, it's in the back of my neck, it's in my shoulders or my gut or my heart. And to start giving it some love, some massage, some healing touch. I have some wonderful essential oils and other things that are good topical treatments that are all natural that help to relax the body. I have some really nice, they're breathing oils that you inhale that create kind of this sense of relaxation and kind of helps to clear out, I don't know, funky energy, and helps to create a deeper, clearer breath. Sometimes taking a hot shower or a hot bath is really, really helpful, especially with Epsom salts. If you can take a bath with Epsom salt, it pulls toxins out of the body and it helps to relax the muscles. You can add essential oil. I like to go dancing and to move my body, and just like another thing without dancing, just shake it out, because we can get a lot of tension in our body, and this, shaking it out, shaking the head, shaking the shoulders, the arms, the hands, and really letting it out that way is super helpful. After I do that, then I usually rest and do some nice deep breathing and let myself relax even more. Dancing, as I just mentioned, is really enjoyable for me. I put on music that inspires me. Listening to music, even if you don't feel like moving, music is very helpful. There was a long time ago when I did child welfare and I worked with really stressful cases. They were traumatizing to even know about. And I would listen to really angry music and I would yell along with the angry music. And it made me feel actually really good. Nowadays, listening to the angry music just makes me feel more tense, so I don't do that anymore. I listen to music that I find is upbeat, that makes me feel kind of like in a celebratory mood. Sometimes I like dancing really hard to hardcore, like industrial music, and it helps me to feel powerful. So a lot of times we have anger and fear in our body, and we act it out in a way that just kind of creates more stress in our lives, fear or anger for other people. And I found that listening to some music that helps me to feel powerful in my body, like a workout kind of dance, or even actually working out, but really like moving your body, feeling strong, can help to move that energy through in a way that feels empowering and enjoyable, instead of feeling tight, angry, pent up, and in pain, and then wanting to project it out onto other people. So once you've taken care of your body, if your thoughts haven't cleared up, they probably will ease up a little bit, and you'll start to notice that you have a little bit clearer thinking. Start to notice, like, okay, now what do I need? Am I still feeling like everything's kind of fucked up and I need some help? Who do I know? What kind of resources on there? There are a lot of hotlines that you can call and talk to somebody. A lot of times we have friends. So many of us have friends. This woman who took her life, she had so many amazing friends, and we were all shocked that she didn't reach out to us. please don't ever think that you asking for help is putting somebody out. When we have friends who love and care about us, they want to be there for us. There are a lot of helpful people out there in the world. There are probably a lot of helpful people in your life, and it's hard to even recognize it, or we think we're going to burden somebody by telling them that we're having a hard time. Another thing that comes up a lot in the community is worried that we're going to, somehow the vulnerability is something to be ashamed of. This woman who was an amazing yoga teacher and on the cover of magazines and well loved, may have been afraid of not looking perfect. And the reality is, nobody's perfect. The people who pretend they're the perfect person are usually the most messed up people around. I really make it a policy for myself to be transparent, to be very human, to own up to my shadow, to be honest about it and candid about it here. You'll find more when I go to the dork side, or when I'm, messing up in some way, I share it, because I think it's important for leaders and teachers and just regular old people to be honest with the fact that we make mistakes, so that we give permission to our friends and our loved ones to also be human, to be compassionate with ourselves and with each other about the times when we're not in our power, we're not feeling amazing, we need the help in return. That is important for people like me. I used to have a issue with perfection. Like, I thought I needed to be perfect because I had a self-worth core wound that told me I wasn't good enough. So I had to make up for my not good enough by being perfect. It doesn't help anybody. You being real and honest, you're probably going to find people don't judge you nearly as much as you do. They probably won't even judge you at all. So get that, be willing to ask for help from people who are loving and kind. Look to the leaders and the teachers in your community. Look to the people who have said, I'm here for you, I love you, I care about you. People that, you have a good feeling about. Reach out to them, tell them what you're going through. Ask them if they can, at the very least, help you to brainstorm to get the resources that you need. People are often really, really happy to help a fellow human being have a better experience and not to stay in suffering. So those are just a couple of things. I just wanted to put it out there for you. It feels really important. A lot of us are going through hard times. When we go through hard times and stress, we tend to see everything in a negative way, and then that negativity builds on itself, and we can find ourselves going in a downward spiral. It's not because, see, I'm imperfect. I'm not going to edit this out. We're all imperfect. We all can have those hard times. What's important is to recognize and to not let yourself stay stuck in that downward spiral, to recognize it's overwhelming, you don't have the resources it takes, and maybe somebody that you know and love and care about can support you. So I'm sending the love to you. I want you to know you are valuable. If you were not here, the world would be a duller place. There's something inside of you that's incredibly precious and valuable. If you haven't discovered it yet, then you owe it to yourself and the world to find out what it is and share it, because we need that. All right, I hope that was helpful. I'm sending you lots of love. If you liked this video, then please like it. Please share it with other people. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you can get more of the good stuff. I like to give it away to help as many people as possible. I feel blessed in my life, and this is how I bring joy to myself, is to share it with other people. So subscribe, share it, comment if there's anything you would like me to cover, any topics you would like me to cover, or any questions you'd like me to answer about this specific topic. Please put it in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer, and also maybe even make a video on it. So let me know what you want to hear about. Let me know what you want to know about, and I'll do my best to take care of you. And until our paths get to cross again, May the source be with you. Surprise, I'm back. I just realized there was one other thing that I think is really important to share, and that is that there are a lot of incredible people who we know. We know who they are. J.K. Rowling, Shakespeare, Mozart. I don't even, the list is massive and vast. Probably every single person that you see as successful has had the experience of multiple heartbreaking failures. The thing that allows someone to be successful most of the time isn't that they are just awesome at what they do. There are a lot of people that are awesome at what they do that never make it. The thing that makes someone successful as far as financially or being well known to the public is getting up after each failure, learning from it, and trying something new, and getting help. Nobody that I know of who's incredibly successful did it on their own. Whether they're willing to acknowledge that or not, that's another thing. But multiple failures does not mean that you are a failure. Multiple failures means that you're getting closer and closer to that success. I have had many times where something totally flopped that I was certain was going to be amazing. The only thing that led me to being successful is just being passionate and committed and not letting that be the determining thing about whether I kept going or gave up. I just didn't give up. So don't give up. Your life and whatever it is, your dreams, your gifts, whatever it is you have to share with the world is valuable enough to fight for. So I just wanted to include that. Even the most famous people on the planet have multiple failures, and we're glad that they didn't give up. So don't you give up. And that's my PS addendum for this message. All right, until next time.